What's going on YouTube? Yamaha, welcome to the channel. And in today's episode, guys, if you guys don't already know, I traded my R1 in for this beautiful 2022 Yamaha SP. Why, guys? Because I truly believe that the MT09 is the best bike for me. I love my base model, and because I wanted to upgrade, I said, you know, what the heck, why not? If I'm gonna stick to one bike, might as well have the best of that one bike. So I ended up getting rid of the R1, which I rarely ride. And guys, I went ahead and scooped up this beautiful 2022 Yamaha SP from Orlando Yamaha in Orlando, Florida. And in this video, guys, I'm basically just taking off my parts off of the 2021 base model, and I'm gonna be putting them on the 2022 Yamaha SP. I'm not gonna do it step by step. This is just gonna be some snippets of me removing parts, installing them back and forth. And guys, you already know the deal. We're gonna do this Yamaha style. So guys, if you want, stick around, stay tuned, and enjoy. If any of this content interests you, do me a huge favor. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you want, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to be notified of all new uploads. So guys, thinking of this tactically, I think doing the exhaust is probably going to be the hardest job. So I'm gonna focus on the exhaust on the base model to convert it over to the SP. I have to take the winglets off. I'm gonna have to take off the exhaust, get under the bike and do all that work. And then with that being said, I could take off the radiator guard and a bunch of parts that I have here, and then we'll go ahead and swap them over. So guys, get ready. I think I'm gonna start with the exhaust and we'll go from there. All right guys, first thing I did is take off the winglets on both sides, and I'm gonna remove the radiator guard now that I'm here, and I'm also going to start taking off the header bolts and start removing the exhaust. Obviously guys, I'll be taking this with me as well, you know that. And here we're gonna go. All right guys, to make it easier, I took out the dampener too. We just installed it, but I went ahead and removed it anyway because it's going to go on this. So bam, dampener removed, winglets removed, radiator guard removed. Let's continue. All right guys, exhaust is off all the way to the back. There it is up here on the rack. And now I have to take apart the stock exhaust because I have to switch it from here to here because silly me, I threw away the stock exhaust of the base model when I installed the Acro. So now I'm gonna switch it out with this one. So this is going to be next, disassembling the radiator shrouds, disassembling the exhaust all the way back, and then swapping it to the base model and then reverse all that back. All right guys, stock exhaust is off the SP and it is now put on the base model, and basically there it is guys. Gotta just tidy it up a little bit, but we're gonna keep continuing. All right guys, winglets are removed, stock turn signals are back in place. Everything is pretty much back to stock here in the front. Now it's time for me to start working on the mirrors, the levers, and the windscreen. All right guys, stock mirrors and levers are back installed. Now it's next to the windscreen. All right guys, I removed the frame sliders on both sides. So now those are gone. And I also removed the engine slider that was here. And now I'm gonna take out the tank and flip it so I could take out my DNA air filter and put the stock filter back in place. All right guys, now that the air filter has been changed out, all I have left is to remove that taillight because that taillight is a prototype, guys. I cannot show you, so don't ask, but that is the TST integrated taillight that's back there. I have to definitely remove that to put it on the SP, and I also have to remove the front axle sliders and the block axle sliders that are in the back, and probably set up some lights or something because once I do all that, I won't have any turn signals, but I'll work on that here in a second, so stay tuned. All right guys, as you can see, I removed the whale tail from the SP and I installed it here onto the base 09, and I actually replaced this light. I had the TST prototype integrated tail light, which I cannot show you guys that on the bike because I'm demoing it for them. And now all I have to do is remove the block sliders in the back and the front axle sliders, and I should be good to go guys. So let me finish this up and we'll go ahead and take it from here. All right guys, there she is, fully stock. Got the stock turn signals, the stock exhaust. I got the whale tail that came from the factory. I got all the OEM parts back on. The only thing I'm gonna leave are the driven grips because I'm not gonna take those out. So basically my plan is to take this to the dealer and just have them put it on consignment, because why pay for a bike when I already have pretty much a bike that's paid off? I'm just gonna take this down to the dealer. They're gonna work it out so they can put it on consignment and sell it for me. And man, I hope this bike goes to a good home. I mean, obviously the bike is still flashed. So once you put another exhaust on here, all the restrictions are taken off this bike, guys. So whoever get it is gonna be really, really lucky that they don't have to send out the ECU to get flashed or anything like that. All right guys, as you see, I have an empty space here. Why? Because that bike is off to consignment. I think it'll sell quick, and we're gonna focus now on putting these parts on this bike. I'm gonna start with the exhaust since that's the hardest part in my opinion, and I'll go from there. All right guys, since I had to work on the front here, I went ahead and put the damper on first, and then I'm gonna continue with the exhaust because I had to kind of mount the radiator back. So while I was doing that, I had to loosen up this bracket anyway for the dampener. So damper's installed, radiator's installed. Now let's do the rest of the exhaust. All right guys, exhaust is complete. Now I'm working on the horn relocation. I did that in another video, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it while I got this open. So I took off the headlight assembly and I'm working on the horn relocation. I'm gonna put it back there where everybody said it would melt and it didn't after a whole year. And I'm working on that now. All right guys, horn relocation is done. That's probably one of the hardest things to do on the bike besides the exhaust, and probably besides the tidy tail that's in the back. The rest is pretty easy. All you got to do is unscrew some things, put some things on, and probably the air filter will be the next difficult task, but that should be pretty easy as well. So let's continue. All right guys, time to change out the air filter. Here is the DNA and here's the new one, and hopefully soon I'll send this out to get reflashed, but in the meantime we're gonna just change the filter for a little more airflow. Woo, she's coming to life, baby. Look at that winglet. Guys, got the air filter done, put on the first winglet, and I'm gonna keep going. It's still pretty early in the night, so let's go. All right guys, the winglets are on both sides. All the wire work is tucked in. I got the windscreen on. I got my little Gold Tool sock. I got the fuel cap on. Definitely this bike is getting really dirty guys from just touching it. I gotta take this sticker off later, and I'm gonna do the bar ends and stuff right now, the mirrors and the bars and all that, then to the frame protection, and then I'm gonna save the tidy tail for last. All right guys, frame sliders are on, front axle sliders are on. I took off the reflectors on both sides, windscreen, gas cap, mirrors, bar ends, obviously the sock. We got the exhaust here. What's left is the rear block axle sliders and the tidy tail. And guys, I think that's pretty much it. I do have some new tank pads coming. Tech Spec hooked me up, man. I told them that I tried to take off the other ones to put them on here. I knew they probably wasn't gonna work, but I tried heat gun and sticking them on. It would not, so Tech Spec is sending me a brand new set. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna make a video on that once I do that, and I'll continue this guys tomorrow. You're seeing this in real time, but guys, this is day number 2, going on day number 3. So a lot of work between switching all these parts, but we'll pick it up here in a second. All right guys, day 3 of working on the 2022 MT09 SP. We're gonna go ahead and install the rear axle blocks next, so stay tuned for that. All right guys, axle blocks are installed. Now all I have to do is the tidy tail, and she's complete. All right guys, tidy tail is installed. Guys, there is a eliminator piece that's here that eliminates that hole, the gaping hole once you do the tidy tail that TST is letting me demo. I'm not gonna show you guys that up close. And guys, I also have the integrated tail light as a demo. It's actually in the closet there. I just didn't want to install it to show you guys all this stuff that's complete, but there is the tidy tail done. As you can see, the TST bracket is in place. I also have the rear axle block sliders installed. I have the Akrapovic full exhaust installed. I have the Evo frame sliders installed. I also did the Tech Spec tank grips, guys. These just came in, and I will upload a video of me installing these. Super sweet product. Tech Spec, thank you so much for sending these out. I also have the TST turn signals with the halos. I have the Puig winglets here with the blue plastics, super nice. I have the Hyper Pro damper installed. I also have the Puig wind deflector, TST levers, clutch and brake, the CRG mirrors with the Wamatech bar ends. Obviously guys, the front axle sliders as well from Wamatech. And on this side, we have the turn signals again, the frame sliders. We also have the Wamatech engine guard that's here. And guys, the Öhlins rear adjustable suspension, Spec Tech pads again. And guys, we also have the Vortex gas cap installed. And man, this thing is pretty much all set up, guys. It was a job to do this, man. It took me like 2.5 days, almost 3 days to do it. Every day after work, my back is super sore, guys, from laying on the floor and trying to do all this. But guys, this is the 2022 Yamaha SP completely set up the way I had the base 2020 MT09. But obviously, guys, the damper was the newest install, and I had to remove it and put it back on this bike. But man, this thing is looking super nice, guys, and the tank pads came out so nice. It came out better the second time than the first time for me because I was able to learn the proper position for these the second time around. And man, guys, this is the bike. Looking pretty dang good. That gold suspension is just sick, man. Those forks with the Öhlins rear suspension, ooh, and that polished aluminum swing arm. Oh man, this thing just looks super sick. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about the 2022 Yamaha MT09 SP. Do you love it? Do you like it? Was getting rid of the R1 worth it? And guys, obviously that was a lot of work to swap it from the SP to the base model when I had it sitting here. All those parts were all over the countertop, and man, guys, it was just a long process. But guys, I hope you appreciate the channel, man. I hope you guys love the content. content. Let me know if there's something that you guys want to see down the road. I will be doing a review on the MT09 SP once the weather kind of gets better, because it's been raining here the last few days. It's not right now, but it was earlier, and I'm gonna do that. Plus I have to do a review on the damper, but I haven't really had a chance to truly test out the damper as well, so I will be doing that here shortly. And guys, get ready. I'm planning to do a lot of new content on this, and obviously guys, I have to do some content on the Mini, guys. I've been neglecting this bike, but now that the R1 is out the way, I can get back to working on the Mini, working on the MT09 SP, and just making some good content, guys. So thanks for watching the channel. Be blessed, ride safe, take it easy on the filthy streets, and remember, you got to work on Monday. Peace.